A few weeks ago, I noticed that my truck was producing a terrible and expensive smelling odor. It smelled a lot like something dripping on something that was really hot. A closer inspection revealed a brown liquid dripping out from the engine, and I got pretty excited because it looked like chocolate syrup, and I like chocolate syrup. But unfortunately, it just didn't quite taste like chocolate syrup. But since I knew what it tasted like, I figured that I could find out what it was by the process of elimination. I figured it was probably a bad seal, since that's what engines use to keep that kind of stuff on the inside. So I did what anybody would do. I got on YouTube, watched a few videos, and that got me my ASE certification. I was pretty proud of myself. Then I ordered some junk off of Amazon and headed to that tool store everybody goes to buy high quality heirloom tools. And then it was time to get to work. I made sure everything was propped up safe and sound so that I could get up under the truck with no worries. Got the rest of the syrup out and started taking pieces off. I really had no idea what I was doing, but I had some pretty decent help. I was really lucky because all of the bolts came off really easily, and I only had to remove a few small pieces to get to the seal. All the bolts were very easy to reach and get to, and the really important parts under the truck came out without much fuss at all. And I also managed to take all of the pieces off in the correct order. And nothing bad happened the whole time. It was kind of like a field trip because I got to see some truck parts that I had never really seen this close before. And it was right about here that I stopped to marvel at what a big problem such a tiny piece could make. The working area was very spacious, and it was right about here that I discovered some things about my close-up vision that I really didn't want to know. Reassembly was going pretty good. This big piece went back in super easy. Almost as easy as the starter thingy beside it. I don't think it was there before. The transfer case was kind of like wrestling a really heavy basketball that you were terrified to drop. It's moving. Oh, yes. Ow. Oh, stuff in my eyes. Ow. I think I would compare the rest of the reassembly process to putting together a big jigsaw puzzle, except half of the pieces are missing and you've lost the box with the picture on it. I was really fortunate because I didn't have to re-disassemble things to get awkward parts up in the truck. This tire represented the last major piece of the project, and I was pretty proud of myself. I only had a few parts left over, and they didn't look all that important. At this point, it was time to put some new slippy stuff in the engine, crank it up, and hope for the best. If all goes well, I'll be celebrating with ice cream in the shed. Here's to a job well done. And that's the story about the time I became a mechanic. Don't understand.